There we go, posh food for a very posh place. Right, let's take to the tracks. Right, excuse the voice, but it's the rarefied air. Hello, good afternoon and welcome to another of my walking films, this time courtesy of the National Trust. So I'm here at Alderley Station and I will now post a picture of the route. Right, so I've come from the Manchester direction, but basically, as I say, when you come out to the station, we are literally just going to go straight ahead here into the village centre. So according to National Trust, this is about 7.2k and it should take about 3.5 hours. You can see at the moment it is quite busy, but basically we're going to follow this road straight ahead, the A34, for about 2 kilometres. So let's go. Just a quick look at the wealth. It's meant to be in the top 10 of postcodes, this. Now don't get me wrong for all the laughing at the wealth, but in all seriousness there are quite a lot of places that you can eat here and they're not ridiculous, so do bear that in mind. Now the De Traffords were once the major landowners around here, now frankly it's Man United and Liverpool, etc. But okay, so we've come through the village. As I say, there is a lot to do there, it is nice. We've just picked it at a busy time of the day, so it's a junction there, but what we're going to do now is head out up here. Right, now just as we're walking, the edge is nearly 215 metres high. It's, as I say, you can see it for absolutely miles around, and vice versa. It's got super views at the top. It's been years since I've been there. Edge, by the way, is something, it's a term that's used in this area just to sort of describe high ground. So there's a few like Wenlock Edge, etc. that are in this area, but I'm looking forward to this. When you come here, keep going. Right, we are at about 100 metres at the moment, so that's the first view. I hope you can see that, but that's a sign for another Alderley Primary School. And as I say, we just crossed the road here, and there is Bradford Lane, and also a red telephone box. So as I say, a bit of road walking, but as I say, National Trust have recommended this route, so I'm going to follow it. Now it's going quiet, it's lovely, except for that. Now I see why they've recommended it. Yeah, if your sat-nav leads you down here, you're going to have a very sore backside. This is lovely. Wow. Beautiful. This is so unexpected. It's absolutely lovely. Wow. So we're walking down here for about 1.5 kilometres. Now, by the way, I do get one little thing sometimes said. It's like, we don't know what you look like. So here I am. Hello. Having an absolutely lovely day out up here. It's wonderful. Right, as it's quiet, I'll just tell you a quick story. Now, there was a guy called Alan Garner who lived locally, who basically wrote this book called The Weird Stone of Brisingamen. Now, this was all based around Alderley Edge, and there is a King Arthur legend tied in here. Allegedly, there are several men with white horses somewhere underneath Alderley Edge. That's fantastic. I never realised there was anything to do with Arthur in this direction, but basically, the actual book was the reason why my primary school ended up coming here. So I must have been about 7 or 8, so absolutely beautiful. Wow, it just suddenly opens out. But as I say, just keep following Bradford Lane. Right, just had to, just to prove I do, I'm old school, check the map. You come to this junction here, we actually want to go to the left, so carry on straight on. Whoever actually lives up here actually is probably the only person in Alderley Edge with a valid reason for a 4x4. First view. It's lovely. Now, this is a bizarre one, by the way, as we just start to enter woodland, that there were no trees on the edge until the 1750s, when 2 Lord Stanleys planted them. So, by the way, this road is getting a bit rum now. So I didn't know that. So basically before it was just bare sandstone. So basically this is a man-made environment. So I never knew that. So anyway, we're about an hour in and we have done About 4.5k. Right, we've hit a road now, so I think we follow it for about 500 metres or so, and then we're going to take a left and go onto the edge proper. So we come to a T-junction, and we're just going to take a left down here. I still can't get over though, by the way, that these aren't meant to be here. Oops, I've just been found out. Poor person in Alderleyedge, poor person. So we've just stepped out of Bradford Lane, and we are just going to cross over the road now, just towards the car park here. Do be careful, this is very busy. Right, so there are loos here, and as I say, there's a big car park. I'll just go and check the prices. So if you're a member, you're getting free. If you're not a member, it's £4 for up to 3 hours. There we go, there's a local lad. Bet he didn't have a 4x4 though. Right, there it is. So I never knew that is the Arthurian legend that we have around here. So this is great. So a big notice board here with loads of information about the area. But as I say, we're just going to walk through now straight ahead. Oh, just quickly, just one thing though, you can't miss it. The Wizard Tea Room. Absolutely beautiful old building and fantastic food. There's a sign here saying Beacon, so as I say, you can have an absolute free-for-all up here, but basically, as I say, I'm going to try and find one of the old mines. So just say the Wizard's just to our left, and we're just going to go straight on here. It's really nice, isn't it? Brilliant. Wow. So this is the engine vein mine. It basically goes right back to the Bronze Age, and as I say, the copper oozed up through the porous sandstone, so this has been worked for millennia. Now, as I say, people do walk all over Alderleyedge, but you know, I'm trying to be respectful, so just keeping on with this path, and then basically when we hit a major thoroughfare, we just take a right, and then that should bring us over to the viewing areas. That's fantastic. Right, I'm not just saying this, but genuinely, a lot of these paths on the map, but I found what I'm looking for, and we're just going to take a right here. I can see another bit of a mine ahead, so yeah, that's marked on the map. But as I say, it's not daft up here in the sense of it's massive, so just enjoy yourselves. Right, we are definitely getting warmer, 100%. Right, so we just come to this path and we take a left, and if you noticed in the film before, there was sort of a road. I think this path comes up from there, so as I say, you could bring pushchairs or anything like that, so it's really accessible. Now, before they planted the trees, actually, you could see 360 degrees, but I think I have found the main viewing point. Fabulous. Right, and here we go. So, got to be honest, if this was a summer, it'd be absolutely packed. So, oh man, check that out. That is absolutely stunning. Wow. And the old cliche, can I see my house? Absolutely. But it is 12 stories high. But right, now, I know it's not brilliantly clear. Let's just try and have a bit of a zoom. So that's sort of the Lime Park over there in the middle. And as I say, we're at nearly, as I say, about 215 metres. So, beautiful look over the Cheshire landscape. Here you are, you just, as I say, get a real sense of the sandstone, etc. and things like that. Just at the front, wonderful, as I say. Really nice view. Well worth it. Just see off into the far distance there over Bollington. Yeah, that's Bollington. See White Nancy and Shining Tor in the background. Yeah, I forgot how good this place was. There we go. Absolutely lovely. Okay, so one last look. Then basically the way we're going to go, we're going to try and keep the high ground, is left down here. So let's go. Right, after only about 100 metres, you'll see this sort of like little crossroads, but keep going around, because if you just look through the trees over there, I hope that is a viewing point. Wow, so this is where the beacon's sat for the warning of the Spanish Armada. Incredible. Okay, from the beacon we are just going to head straight down here. Right, man, there are so many paths up here, but there's one going off down there, but I'm going to take a punt and go up this one here. So just keeping parallel with the road. This is there's a road by the way, but this is the path actually I did want, so fantastic. But I admit I got a view ranger up and there's just paths everywhere. So as I say, if you can find this one, brilliant. That is amazing. I've never been here before. Really haven't been over this side of Alderley Edge. Hey, so not far. We just come here and we're just going to take a left when we reach these pillars here. So we just come here, and as I say, do watch the edge. There is a big drop, and we're just going to keep following this now. Superb. Man, this suddenly brings back a memory from, as I say, when I was 8, the Wizard's Well. I have never been here for a long time. Wow. Man. Just follow these steps straight down now. It's pretty steep, but it's fairly stable. Okay, come to a little junction after the bottom of the steps. I'm going to keep left. You know what? This is absolutely great. So as I say, we're walking back now towards Alderley, and through the trees. Absolutely lovely views. And it is just a massive playground, this place. It's brilliant. Still some great views here. Right, that suddenly came out of the blue. So we just come here. A house. I'm just going to follow that little road straight down. I'm respectfully not filming the houses I go past today, but let's just say this is definitely the wealthy side with the views. Oh, and just one other thing as well, by the way. Wear boots. Okay, right, we just come to the road here. I'm not going to complicate anything. We're just going to follow this straight back to the A34. Now, I know there's loads of shortcuts going off to the right down that road, but this is the most straightforward. And as I say, it's about 5 minutes now to the station. So back at Alderley Edge station, that was 3 hours 15 and about 8 kilometres, and a wonderful day out. So thanks very much for coming with me to Alderley Edge.